What's happening? Today we're going to start talking about getting started with ChatGPT. It's kind of a big thing, and for good reason. This is going to change. It's going to change a lot. And think about all the other previous changes with the automotive compared to horses, the Industrial Revolution, the invention of the telephone, the internet. It's going to be big. So lately, all you ever hear about, people like to talk about the bad things about new technology. Oh, this is going to be Skynet, and the Terminator's going to come get us, and it's going to put everyone out of jobs, and there's not going to be any jobs for humans. So don't let that get you away from using the tools. Will there be job displacement? Yeah, there's always job displacement with new technologies. Every time there's a new technology that comes out, it displaces people in their current jobs, but it spins up other jobs. In the mid-1990s, I was just getting out of college, and the internet came out, and it was the same thing. The internet's going to take over. There's not going to be any jobs for anybody, and we know that's not true. Then online purchasing of products came out, and they said every store in the world's going to close because everything's going to go online. Again, did not happen. So don't let that discourage you from using these tools that are extremely powerful. I know AI is kind of a scary term, but think of ChatGPT, which is an LLM. You may hear that too. It's a large language model. Think of it like a library. Think of it like a library, where you walk into the library and you ask the librarian a question, and she gives you the answer or where to find the answer. That is basically what ChatGPT is. It is this helpful librarian or a helpful person with a lot of knowledge that's going to help you. It's like having a conversation with a normal human. Not like Google, right? So Google is a comprehensive database of information, but when you go to the site to look for something, it floods you with unlimited, non-stop advertising, and just it is really difficult to find the information you're looking for. And then you finally get to a web page, and it's just nothing but more advertising and more pop-ups, and then it wasn't even what you're looking for. Then you got to go to another page, and by the time you get to it, you're spending hours looking for the information. With ChatGPT, it's almost instant. Sometimes it doesn't get it right. It does have its limitations, which we will talk about. But let's go ahead and get started. It's going to be very excited. One thing you want to do is you want to embrace change. If you fight change, it's not going to work. Embrace it. It's going to be good. It is powerful, and you will love it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. To get started, use whatever browser you like to use. Safari, Google Chrome, even Microsoft Edge. So just pop in any of your browsers that you like to use. Then what you want to do is, if you just have a bar at the top, you can either type in OpenAI.com, Google, and then in here type in OpenAI or ChatGPT. So we'll go ahead and type in ChatGPT. It does return a bunch of the stuff here, information. You can kind of scan it, but usually it's going to be something with the prefix of OpenAI.com. And stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and click on it. Your screen may look a little bit different, but what you want to look for is these little things in the upper right that says sign up or log in. So if you did previously sign up and get everything done, but just haven't used it a lot, click login. If you're new to it, click sign up. It's going to ask you to create an account here. So you either got to type in an email address, or you can use your single sign-on information with your Google, Microsoft account, and Apple. So if you do happen to have some of these, you can just click on that and it'll take you through the process. If you do sign up by email, it's going to ask you to verify your email, ask you a couple more questions about your name and age. And age is because of it's a COPPA, which is I won't get into the laws of the stuff, but and then it will ask you to verify your phone number. Do know that you only get one account to one phone number. So if you have set up one and you don't remember it, you're going to need to know, because you can't set up another one on the same phone number. So once you do get set up, you will see a basic user interface kind of like this. Let me just put this in the center a little more for you. Easy stuff, very clean. There's not a lot of stuff to it. It basically has a new chat button whenever you need it. It has a way to hide the sidebar, so if you click this button, it will slide over to the left, and if you click it again, it will slide over to the right. It gives you more space if you do have a small screen. The settings are down below, so if you go down and click on these three buttons of the name, it will pop up and tell you about what plan you're on, if you're on the free plan or the plus plan, and we'll talk about that. Help and frequently asked questions, always important. Whenever you're having issues when you can't do something, troubleshooting, help, and FAQs, which is frequently asked questions. Definitely do it. And your settings. So we're going to go into settings real quick. This will just give you your basic information, so you can always change back from if you like the light colors or you like the dark colors. You can also, in here, if you have a lot of chats on the bar there, which by the end of this session you'll see we'll start coming in and clearing some of these. Some of the beta features that are available for plugins and other things. Some of these may be plus version onlys, and some of them are not to the free ones. And some of your data controls, deleting your accounts, two-factor authentication, and all the other things. So don't get too discouraged on that one either. There's not a lot of options there. So to get started, it's just like a Google window, right? You come up, you go to the Google window, and there's a little thing that says send a message. On Google, it just, what do you want to search for, or whatever the word was they used. So here you just type in whatever you want to learn about, discover about, how to do something. How do I make chocolate chip cookies? You go in and do this, and it will give you basically your recipe of how to make chocolate chip cookies, how to do it all, tells you how to preheat the ovens, do stuff. So good stuff, right? How many planets are in the solar system? Good part right here. So another good one, right? Even though he has the right planets, he does let you know, and I say he, could be a she. I don't like to call it an it, but I call it he by habit, I guess. I don't know why. But his knowledge does cut off September 2021. So anything that's happened after that date, ChatGPT knows nothing about. So he's about 2 years behind on some of the information. So do keep that in mind. If you ask for a current event, he won't know about it, and then you'll think he got it wrong, and it's, oh, ChatGPT sucks, it doesn't know anything. Well, this is why, September 21st. So do always keep that in mind. To start a new chat, because one thing about the chats is it's kind of like short-term memory, and I'll show you this in a new chat. When was World War I? So when I ask it a question, it's when was World War I, it tells me. And then I can just say, how did it start? And one thing I'll tell you is this is short-term memory, because the question, how did it start, only makes sense because he knew our previous conversation. Just like when you talk to another person, if you're talking about something and you say, wow, that sounds strange, or how did you know who that person? But they have a context of what you were talking about, so they can reference back to, oh yeah, we were talking about World War I and he asked me when it started, so I can give you the answer. Or if you're talking to another person, they remember the conversation from the past 10 minutes. So if you just make a question saying, why did that happen? You know what happened, you know what you're talking about. So when did it start? Now if I open a new chat window and type, when did it start? It has no idea what I was even talking about, because my conversation was in this context is different from this one. So do remember that this is just like talking to a person, conversation talking. We'll do one more, but you want to discover it, play around, have a lot of fun with this. Let's see. Oh yeah. Will AI take over the world? And of course, I'm going to ask AI this question. Yep. So, there you go. He's not going to take over the world. I hope you have fun with this. Have a lot of discover, brainstorm, talk about stuff. I'll do one last one because I just thought of another one. I need to create a new resume. What are some of the main points I should make sure I highlight in there? I've been in my field for 20 years. And then we'll break down what's my professional summary, my work experience, kills, but it tells you kind of this information pretty easy. I need to create a resume. I just graduated college and I've had no previous jobs. So here it's just going to give you a completely different one, right? Talk about any skills, internships and stuff like that, because you have no job experience, so it gave you a different format. So I think that's plenty right now. Have fun. This is super powerful. Embrace it. Be clear and concise when you ask questions, and you will get the best responses. Thank you very much. Enjoy and have fun. Thank you.